Hello, Leo, and welcome to Ultra Instinct Tarot. My name is Andres, and I'll be the one taking care of you for this reading. So I will be receiving the help from these three homies. They're very good homies. I 10 out of 10 recommend. Let's go here. Oh, these two want to come out. Beautiful, beautiful Leo. So remember, you want to learn the ways of the Ultra Instinct, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, and we're starting with sorrow. Sorrow, Leo. There's some sadness that surrounds you. This is the 9. The 9 of the mind. The 9 of swords. Oh, this is an interesting story. So the image of this is of Ananda, the cousin and disciple of Gautama Buddha. He was at Buddha's side constantly, attending to his every need for 42 years. When Buddha died, the story is told that Ananda was still at his side weeping. The other disciples chastised him for his misunderstanding. Buddha had died absolutely fulfilled. He should be rejoicing. He should be happy for him. But Ananda said, "You misunderstand. I'm weeping not for him, but for myself, because for all these years I have been constantly at his side, but I have still not attained." Ananda stayed awake for the whole night, meditating deeply and feeling his pain and sorrow. By the morning, it is said, he was enlightened. Times of great sorrow have the potential to be times of great transformation. But in order for transformation to happen, we must go deep to the very roots of our pain and experience it as it is, without blame or self-pity. Times of great sorrow have the potential to be times of great transformation. Times of great sorrow have the most potential to become times of great transformation. The rebel. Ooh. Is that the transformation that's going to happen? Why is that with sorrow? Interesting. So this is number 4 of the Major Arcana. The rebel. Interesting. I don't get this card too much. Ooh, but there's chains that are breaking. Something is breaking over here as well. Ooh, but this means since the chains broke, you know, if you just think about the chains, if you are the chains, it could be sad. Oh no, my chains, they broke, you know. But over here, this chain breaking means freedom. Means that he can finally be the rebel. He can finally move around and be himself. So these chains breaking, try to see why they're breaking. Try to see how they're trying to free you from something. The powerful and authoritative figure in this card is clearly the master of his own destiny. On his shoulder, yeah, interesting, okay. So he was like, with Gautama, you know, the whole time, kind of just doing what he would do. And so when he died, like, he didn't attain, because he wasn't doing things for himself too, you know. He wasn't the master of his own destiny. He was... Alright, so on his shoulder is an emblem of the sun. And the torch he holds in his right hand symbolizes the light of his own hard-won truth. Interesting. He definitely won his own hard-won truth after so much sorrow. So whether he is wealthy or poor, the rebel is really an emperor, because he has broken the chains of society's repressive conditioning and opinions. Especially now, I can see why you would feel sorrow with everything that's going on in today's society. So he has formed himself by embracing all of the colors of the rainbow, emerging from the dark and formless roots of his unconscious past and growing wings to fly into the sky. His very way of being is rebellious, not because he is fighting against anybody or anything, but because he has discovered his own true nature and is determined to live in accordance with it. The eagle is a spirit animal, the messenger between earth and the sky. The rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live our truth. People are afraid, very much afraid of those who know themselves. They have a certain power, a certain aura, and a certain magnetism, a charisma that can take out alive young people from the traditional imprisonment. The enlightened man cannot be enslaved. That is the difficulty. He cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult to be absorbed. He is going to be an upsetting force. Interesting. This sounds like this is the upsetting force that we're talking about here. The masses don't want to be disturbed, even though they may be in misery. They are in misery, but they are accustomed to the misery. But anybody who is not miserable looks like a stranger. The enlightened man is the greatest stranger in the world. He does not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines him, no community, no society, no nation. The hermit. Oof. Oh. Okay, so the hermit, you see this? He's also carrying the sun. He is also carrying a torch. This is his own light that's inside of him. The same one that this rebel is carrying. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, that's cool. So this is something about you yourself. Because this is going to say the same thing at this guy. Wait. Okay, yeah. 4, and then this is the 9 of hermit. So sorrow is the only one that's not a major arcana. So this is what you can control. It's doing this. And then this is what's happening because of this. Okay, 9. The hermit is the magus of the voice of power. Is the zodiacal trump of Virgo. The Hebrew letter for this card is Yod, which is the hand. Wander alone, bearing the light and thy staff, and be the light so bright that no man seeth thee. Be not moved by aught without or within. Keep silence in all ways. Yeah, this light is gonna bother people. This light is gonna bother people, but keep being yourself. Why don't you like my question? Is it because you don't know the answer? Is a question that Harris asked Crowley in 1939. I'm gonna go to the next one. Power, the 4 of discs. Interesting. I feel like this is what's inside of this light. Four of discs. As the Lord of Earthly Power, this is Soul in Capricorn. This card is well named. It is Soul in Capricorn, and to the ancients, the greatest display of celestial power occurred each year when the sun entered Capricorn and conquered death by reversing its southward plunge into darkness. In the Book of Thoth, Crowley describes how Chesed shows the establishment of the universe in 3 dimensions, that is, below the abyss. In the Rite of Saturn, he calls it the fortress that is upon the frontier of the abyss. That is a perfect description of the 4 of discs. So what does that mean? Our Tree of Life. So the 4 is right here. The abyss is up here. And so imagine like you go through this journey and then you go from the you try to cross the abyss. Like this is just crossing the unknown. This is like the grand line. Like in One Piece. You know, people who cross. It's only for the brave. But 4 is right here. It's the first one that crosses the abyss. So once again, this is the fortress that is upon the frontier of the abyss. To properly view this card, we must imagine ourselves hovering hundreds of feet above a 4-square walled citadel surrounded by a wide moat. We are approaching from the bottom of the card and are not yet above dead center. 4 tall watchtowers crowned with battlements displaying the symbols of the elements rise from the corners and tower far above the walls. The main entrance to the fortress is seen at the bottom of the card. A fortified bridge crosses the moat. From this angle, we can only see one other entrance, a tiny opening that does not lead to a bridge, in the opposite wall. Similar openings may exist in the walls on the right and left, but from our aerial position, it is impossible to tell. However, we are tantalized by what appear to be roads leading up to the moat from the 3 other quarters, possibly an indication of other openings. The imagery of this card certainly leaves us with many mysteries unsolved. And it seems like they're within. Mysteries within. 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. Are you saying no to this power that you have inside? To being a rebel? You want to be stuck in sorrow? And you're saying no to these upcoming things, maybe? 4 of Cups is the emotions. And it's another 4. We have 3 4s now. Interesting. Yeah, I just feel like you're saying no to this power because you want to be stuck in your sorrow. That's okay, you know, if that's what you want to be stuck at, then that's okay. You are the master of your own destiny. Detachment, contemplation, indifference, lack of interest. I feel like that's how you feel right now, yeah. New opportunities are around every corner, but the fool is too unmotivated or indifferent to see them. They instead feel like heavy burdens. I feel like this light that you have, this power that you have, feels like a burden. Environment and routines can feel dull and uninspiring and disconnected. A fool may instead choose to contemplate, coming out of these moments wiser and with a deeper appreciation for the opportunities that are granted to him. When we stop focusing on the present moment, we lose sight of the gifts life offers us. What prevents you from enjoying the present? Are you stuck in the past or always worrying about the future? These things can distract us from the beauty and the wonder that is unfolding in front of our eyes. What hinders your ability to receive joy? Yeah. And what's with it? 7 of Swords. Because that's more of the same kind of energy. But why is that coming at the end? It almost feels like these are here to get you out of this. Okay, so there it is. These are here to get you out of this, and this is your response. 7 of Swords. Swords of the mind. The 7 is about deception, tactics, cunning, strategy. Sneakiness and deception are at work here. You or someone in your life may resort to cunning strategies or work in secret for their own agenda. They may be lucky and get away with it or get found out, leaving nothing but shame and guilt. On a more benign level, this card can suggest that resourcefulness and tactics are necessary. The fool may need to be alert and clever to come out ahead. Looks can be deceiving. Is someone at work or at home putting on an act? Are you? When we have nothing to rely on except for our own resourcefulness, there's often no choice. Do you feel at a disadvantage? Cunning can be a survival instinct. Do you keep your secrets close to your chest? Your wiles could serve you well. You may benefit from not sharing too much information. Try to be as self-sufficient as you can. Okay, I think that's it. Try to be self-sufficient. That's the same thing here. Go inside. Figure your own truth. Maybe these guys... I'm gonna just go like this. See, I'm gonna rearrange things in my life so that they make sense. I rearranged things in my life to not feel this way anymore. And we'll see if the Office Oracle deck agrees with us. It's being slow to respond. But we're gonna go with these two. 37. Okay. It's funny how it landed on these three though. So 37 this is my Boogie Wonderland. Dance. Boogie Wonderland. What a cool moment. Dance, party, sing, be goofy, be silly. Why so serious? These guys seem very serious. Goodbyes don't have to be sad. Have Kevin grind you up from the front and Darren pretend to hump you from behind. It will be a better tribute to your years here. Things are coming full circle. If you're already going out, you might as well go out with a bang. That's definitely talking to these three for sure. Dance, sing. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Nice. Okay. Why so serious? Why so serious, Leo? It's all about the fun. Perfectenschlag. Shoots have a word for when everything is coming together perfectly. Perfectenschlag. Not to be confused with perfect pork anus. All of this is Perfectenschlag, especially when you start listening to your own truth and power. Thank you for being here, Leo. You can do it. See you next time.